My name's Dan Mitchell. I'm a stand-up comedian.
Dan Mitchell, and his 3 words that best describe him are charismatic, quick-witted, and ursine. But I'm not actually quite sure what that means. Do you know what that means?
I don't actually.
We'll have to look that one
Let's
up.
just have a see how he is when he gets on the stage.
Yes, let's see how he is.
I did start learning to drive when I was 17, but shortly after I started learning, I had my first epileptic fit, which was annoying. I was just off to see Iron Maiden. I had a fit. Woke up in hospital. More flashing lights! Come on, flashing lights! Come on! Come on! Because you can't get enough flashing lights when you're an epileptic like me.
I'm not a comedian by trade. I actually work for a magazine. It's the Welsh equivalent of Hello magazine. You might have heard of it. It's called Right. I work for the celebrity section, you know. It's called Who's That Then?
Dan showed me that he's had stage time.
Of course, I did go to school. I just didn't learn a vast amount. In fact, I learned 3 things. I learned that AIDS started when a French sailor bummed a green monkey. I learned that if you play with it, it will drop off. And I learned that the collective noun for French lesbians is tresbienne.
Whether he would be the ultimate comedian, I think that is very debatable.
I'm amazing in bed. No, it's true. With these glasses, I can find the clitoris. And thanks to the epilepsy, I can pleasure any woman. So long as she's got her own strobe, of course.
I could have done better, but that's okay. So I did okay, but not as good as I wanted. I just hope I get a chance to, improve.
I was picked on for having specs, and it wasn't very nice. They called me, specky, 4 eyes, specs offender, that sort of thing. But that all stopped. That all stopped that one magical day when I was diagnosed epileptic. Yes, that was great. Then they started calling me Mr. Shake and Vac. I take drugs for it. They have a wide variety of side effects, including swelling of the breasts and lactating in both men and women. I was looking forward to it because it means I wouldn't have to buy milk for my coffee in the morning. But my favourite side effect from this drug, given to me by a doctor, a trained professional, to stop me having seizures, is seizures. I'm all right at pulling. It's getting them to stay pulled, or taut, if you prefer, that I have a problem with. I mean, I've had many ex-girlfriends. I'm not sure what women want. Some people say you've got to, treat them mean to keep them keen, and other people say you've got to be generous. So I tried mixing the two, and it's like, here's £1. Go fuck yourself!
I like the one with the glasses.
But I have found one chat-up line that works nearly every single time. So I'd just like to try that one now. Right, love? Get your coat. I've got a knife.
The big fella.
Yeah.
The big fella.
One other thing I hate is air horns. You know those things, yeah? I can't stand them. Because people think that they're musical instruments. Well, obviously they're not, right? Because if they were musical instruments, they'd feature in an orchestra or a band or something like that. And you don't see, like, here on Young Musician of the Year, young Johnny Knobjockey will be playing the classic tune, while his dad hammers on the door, shouting, "Let me in, you fucking bitch," and pisses through the letterbox.
Dan Mitchell.
God, I'm in a really good mood. Are you all in a happy mood? I honestly, the other day I found an Allen key, right? And I've been like a pig in shit ever since. I haven't been so happy since I was 9 and I found a really good stick. I think names are important. I mean, some people don't. Like Shakespeare, for example, said, what's in a name? A rose by any other name would surely smell as sweet. Well, maybe so, but I'm guessing if you called it a fetid, stinking minge flower, it would find it hard to maintain its global position as the icon of love and romance.
Oh,
Hi, Dan.
Mr. Big Voice. Mr. Oh, yes.
Hello. My name is Dan Mitchell.
You are massive on stage. You are quite massive. Your whole persona is just out there. You just dominate a room. You dominate it from the back to the front, and I love that.
You, sir. Do you prefer tea or coffee? Tea, good choice. Same as me. I prefer a cup of tea. Coffee, I don't need it. You, sir. Crisps or chocolate?
Chocolate. Bit gay. Never mind. Never mind. You, sir. Would you rather chop your own arm off or wank your dad off?
Are you ready for your first act here tonight, yes? Like I say, we want you to give them as much love as you possibly can. The more love you give them, the better the show will be. Please go wild and go crazy. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Dan Mitchell!
Cool head, like I haven't got enough time for this shit. There's a lot of things I hate. Like, I hate people who go around going, oh, I'm mad, I am, just because I wore a wig for, you know, comic relief or something. That's not mad. That's just a bit unimaginative, right? I'll tell you what is mad. Nailing your balls to a hoover, calling yourself suck bastard, and entering yourself into robot wars. I was out in the first round. Never mind, I'm going back next year with a Dyson. I think that's about my lot. If I go over, they start flashing lights at me, and that's not good for an epileptic, so...
I've always kind of liked getting a bit of attention like that, and I used to do things in school. But I started running pub quizzes, and I got involved. First of all, it was just asking questions, blah, 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 and then I'd start adding more jokes into it, and then I'd even do characters asking the questions and things like that, and I'd act out scenes, and they'd have to, you know, answer questions on it, and it got to the point where I was thinking, I don't want to ask questions, I want to just do the comedy part, I don't want the rest of it.
One day I found an Allen key. Now, for most of you that may not be very, good or anything, but look at it. It's beautiful. This is absolutely true. I found this the other day. I've been grinning like a pig in shit ever since. I mean, many people think it's just an Allen key, but still. Have you got an Allen key? No. Have you got an Allen key? Have you got an Allen key? Have you got an Allen key? No. Have you got an Allen key? No. Who's the winner? Me.
You can't be a comedian without an audience, really. So any opportunity to perform, because there's not many in Wales.
This is the sin of envy.
It's a good way of breaking the ice with the ladies if they've seen you perform on stage. Already they seem to know you, so that's fine, that's good. You don't have to say, oh, hi, my name's Dan, blah, 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 and do all the small talk. You got it right? How's it going?
She's obviously a letter.
Please go wild and go crazy. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Dan Mitchell!
Cool head, look, I haven't got enough time for this shit. My favourite thing I learnt in school was actually in Welsh. I learnt the Welsh for jellyfish. Do we have any Welsh speakers here tonight? Yeah, well, the Welsh for jellyfish, for those of you who don't know, is gont y môr, which literally translated means of the sea. I think that's quite an accurate description of the animal in question. But I'm just wondering how it happened. You could just imagine, there he is, there's Dai Evans, swimming around in the sea with his mate who just happens to be inventing words. Right? There he is, swimming along, and he goes, ah! What was it, Dai? I don't know, some aquatic minge. Of the sea, if you will. Oh, really? I'm having that taxed.
I do prefer the people who are, the tormented soul, if you will, really. I think these people do come up with, you know, the most innovative stuff because they work on different ways to most people. They're outside the norm.
I actually did used to be an undertaker, hence the get-up. This was not a job I considered as a full-time career. It was cash in hand, and they would phone me any time someone was dead, any time of day or night, and I'd have to help move the body. Now, the bloke I used to work for, he was a bit sick. I remember once, the first time I had to move a body, 2 o'clock, I was pissed, and the phone rings. I pick it up, and there's a bit of silence, and then suddenly, dun, 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 another one bites the dust.
I don't know about mechanics. I just go up there. It's just more instinctive than anything else. I'm not... there's some people I know who sort of will read books about comedy and they'll read about this, that, the other. I just generally go up and say what I think is quite funny. Most of the time it works.